recitato in modo che la gente non viene a portare via dei pezzi come hanno una... Last Supper, right? And it is true that there wasn't a lot of room for everyone inside the city, but coming the holiday, it should be celebrated inside the city, inside the wall. So Jesus and his disciples went and celebrated the Passover feast, and after that, after the Last Supper, they made their way back. But the Jewish law said that if you're inside a city that is surrounded by a wall that has the borders on the Saturday, on the Shabbat day, or on the holidays of the Jews, you could not leave the city more than 1,000 cubits. It's more or less 500 meters, because if you do so, that's already work. Walking a lot is work. If something happens to you, they have to send the search for you, that's work. That's why they left from there to this area over here. They cannot exceed this distance. Now, this is the Mount of Olives already. And the Mount of Olives got its name because of the olive tree. God, in Hebrew, is olive press. Shmanim is oil and plural. So, you understand that in the Mount of Olives you have a lot of olive presses to make olive oil. That was used for food, for medicine, for anointing, for fire, for everything. All over you had gat shmanim. So this is more or less the area where Jesus and the disciples stayed and waited. And here Jesus prayed and had his agony, as we could read about in Luke 22. We built here a church that is called the Church of All Nations, because 22 nations put the money to build this church. And inside the church, that is beautiful. Yeah, it's Franciscan Catholic. Yeah, it's all handmade mosaic. There is just below the altar a rock. It's believed that upon that rock, Jesus had his, not Peter, Jesus had his agony. We're going to read from Luke 22 from 39 to 53.
Coming out, he went to the Mount of Olives, as he was accustomed, and his disciples also followed him. When he came to the place, he said to them, "Pray that you may not enter into temptation." And he was withdrawn from them about a stone's throw, and he knelt down and prayed, saying, "Father, if it is your will, take this cup away from me. Nevertheless, not my will, but yours be done." Then an angel appeared to him from heaven, strengthening him, and being in agony, he prayed more earnestly, and his sweat became like drops of blood, flowing or falling down to the ground. When he rose up from prayer and had come to his disciples, he found them sleeping from sorrow. Then he said to them, "Why do you sleep? Rise and pray, lest you enter into temptation." And while he was still speaking, behold, a multitude, and he who was called Judas, one of the 12, went before them and drew near to Jesus to kiss him. But Jesus said to him, "Judas, are you betraying the Son of Man with a kiss?" When those around him saw what was going to happen, they said to him, "Lord, shall we strike with the sword?" And one of them struck the servant of the high priest and cut off his right ear. But Jesus answered and said, "Permit even this." And he touched his ear and healed him. Then Jesus said to the chief priests, captains of the temple, and the elders who had come to him, "Have you come out as against a robber with swords and clubs? When I was with you daily in the temple, you did not try to seize me, but this is your hour and the power of darkness."
Church of Gethsemane, Church of the Agony of Christ.
Christ.